back from Once Upon a Time. This is episode 16 of season 2, and I am really excited to carry on with the show and get further and further into this season. So, you know, we're getting slowly towards the end of the season now, which is kind of nuts, really. And yeah, I'm just really excited to see where they're going to go next with the story. Last episode was really good as well. We still have this whole kind of complicated thing going on with Emma and Henry and Neil and Mr. Gold and all that jazz. Mr. Gold kind of dying. And then in Storybrooke, obviously we have Regina and Cora causing a ruckus. And then it also kind of seems that Snow may be going down a bit of a dark path, or Mary Margaret, I should probably say. Saying she's like determined to kill Cora, and yeah. So that should be interesting to see where they're going to go with this, and I'm really excited to carry on and see what's going to happen next. So without further ado, let's get into it. Oh, I knew she was going to do that, you
foolish girl.
What happened?
bitch.
Of the peasant.
What's your name?
Cora.
Daniel, Cora.
Oh boy. Shit's getting real when we're getting flashbacks about Cora.
Now apologize. Apologize, or this will be the last bit of flour we'll take from you.
I'm sorry you're such a
There are other
bitch.
millers out there.
Oh, you become so evil. Everyone in this show has a tragic backstory. Maybe slightly more tragic than tripping over a shoe, but I'm sure there's going to be more to it than that.
There are no other options. I have to stab him with this knife and take his power as my own. I have to become the Dark One. And with his power,
Oh, what a shame.
there's nothing I won't be able to do.
Yeah, that's not good.
Never going to forgive that. And the whole point of this is...
For her to get what she wants,
Wait, what is
not you.
the point of all this?
To protect our family.
Or you gaining your power?
Whatever power I keep.
I just came for the free food.
Me.
I can turn straw into gold and solve all your woes.
Really?
Ah,
But as you've
this is
insulted
how she's going to get involved with
you will not
Rumpelstiltskin.
reap the benefits.
Spend the night here locked in a tower full of straw. Spin it into gold tomorrow, and you can marry the prince.
Oh,
Fail, and you die.
well, that's a bit extreme. I mean, I don't think she's going to die somehow.
Are you okay?
Spoiler alert.
Because she is the reason you've never met my mother.
I know what happened to Queen Ava, and I have zero problem with Cora dying for it, but not by your hand and not out of vengeance.
You'll stop Cora. You won't let her get away.
My son is so hopeful.
My firstborn child.
She is quite important.
It's cool we're finally getting like the classic Rumpelstiltskin story.
Aren't you listening?
Don't just do it. Teach me.
Make it part of our deal.
Oh, smart cookie.
Aren't you? Invisible chalk. Use it in the front doorway. Draw a line.
Someone forgot to bring the prop to set that day.
You might want to prepare for battle.
Are you being judgy about this? Because you're not allowed to have opinions about surprises, Mr. Son of Rumpelstiltskin.
The candle can save me. There's nothing else.
I wouldn't use this to
Oh,
save
shit.
my mother. What makes you think I would use it for you?
Because you're all grown up now.
You could use it, Cora.
And for once, our interests are aligned.
She dies instead of you.
I know you can do this.
Is she actually going to do that, though? Oh,
How do you feel it?
can you feel it?
I think I did.
Good girl.
She likes it.
Very good girl. And I crunch his veins with my teeth.
Oh, charming. He sounds more like Mr. Gold than Rumpelstiltskin in this scene, which is interesting.
Is how magic is made.
It's like this is like the truth of him and not the theatrics.
I want their kneecaps to crack and freeze on the stones.
Oh.
I want their necks to break from bending.
Oh.
Don't stop until they are on their knees.
In what context?
Let's keep going.
There's definitely a subtext to this scene, I think, isn't there? Oh. Oh, you tried. Oh.
What's it gonna be?
Mother?
Choose wisely.
Oh, she's gonna go for the dagger. How will Gina open her eyes now? Oh.
How dare you? I'm a married woman.
Not yet. Wedding's tomorrow.
Well, then it's all right. Royal brides have to be Snow White.
When you see the future, there is irony everywhere. I can give you nothing but darkness and isolation.
Big mood.
Love, I want to kill him. I want
Oh.
to show him his heart before I do it, so he can see it and know what I'm doing as I crush it.
That is why I love you.
Damn, this is some deep shit.
Show me.
Time for a heart-to-heart. Oh, shit.
I don't love your son.
I didn't expect you to. Not much there to love, frankly. But this is not about love. It's about alliances.
If the choice is love or power, then even having a heart is a liability. Don't you think?
Oh boy. Really runs in the family, this sort of shit, doesn't it?
You're a beautiful woman. Who loved an ugly man.
Oh.
Really? Really loved me. You find goodness in others.
Oh.
And when it's not there, you create it. That's who you are.
Damn. Oh. That's a hell of a goodbye speech.
I'm still angry.
Oh. Meanwhile, knock her out with the box.
She can't love you, you know. She doesn't have her heart. With it, maybe she can. That's why you've never felt she loved you. She doesn't have her heart.
Oh, it's kind of devious, but genius.
I'm not going with you.
What, does she take it out because of him?
You see, I have a wedding to go to. My own.
Awkward.
You only get your own child. And any baby I have, it won't be yours.
Oh, she cut you out of the deal, buddy. You got played. didn't think it was going to be that deep of a backstory with why those two aren't on the best of terms.
What did you do?
You were right. This isn't me.
Well, I could have told you that.
Did you ever love me?
Why do you think I had to rip my own heart out? You're the only man I ever truly loved.
Stab, stab, stab. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god! Same. He's gonna die. Oh my goodness. Is this gonna be 2 dead mothers in 2 episodes? Because, oh god! That's just another thing Regina's gonna have taken from her. Oh god, how's she ever gonna forgive Mary Margaret for this?
You were good enough. Mother. What's going on?
Oh fuck.
Mother. Don't leave me to me.
Oh, why am I sad? I'm sad for Regina. Oh,
What am I gonna do?
what a mess!
Regina! Stop!
Uh-oh. 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 Oh no. Oh shit. I love that episode. I actually think that might be one of my favourites this season. It flew by, and that's going to make things very, very interesting to see what's going to happen next. We head into like the last 6 episodes of the season, because man, that ending, I don't think they'll actually go through with it, but Cora's dead. Like, well, assuming she's dead, she might come back, she might find a way. But that's crazy. Oh my goodness. Maybe I should have guessed. We were finally getting Cora flashbacks. Cora dies at the end. I probably should have known. But still, it's 50 Shades of Grey all over again. He got a flashback episode then. But yeah, I really loved this episode. It was so good. So good. Yeah, I loved the flashbacks we got with Cora. How it explained the real depth to her past with Mr. Gold or Rumpel. So I really liked that, because I wasn't expecting it to be quite as layered and deep as it was, but I think the way they told that story was really effective, and I like how they incorporate like the classic Rumpelstiltskin tale of like making straw into gold, Mr. Gold. So I like how they incorporated elements of that original story in there. So obviously we've seen Rumpel kind of become different characters in other kind of fairy tale stories, like the crocodile with Captain Hook, and the fairy godmother with Cinderella and stuff. So it was cool to actually see like the classic Rumpel story. So I really enjoyed that. And yeah, seeing like Regina's birth and stuff like that, I thought was really interesting, and how this episode kind of explored the cost of family and the cost of having a family, and the pain that can come with it. And the cost of losing a family as well, I suppose. But to have a family with the prince, Cora kind of took out her own heart, and that led her to then like stop her relationship with Rumpel. And considering that like it was in like a 40-minute episode or whatever, I feel like they developed the relationship between Rumpel and Cora really, really well. So I liked that, and how they kind of then flashed forward really with Cora and Mr. Gold. Yeah, I just really enjoyed that, and the cost of family in terms of Bay or Bellfire or Neil, whatever you want to say, and Mr. Gold, and maybe sort of having a moment. You know, I think they're building the bridge towards making proper amends, which is cool, because I kind of wanted to see that happen. That's a really emotional scene actually, where they held hands and stuff. But now Mr. Gold isn't dying anymore. I don't know if that's going to undo that kind of development. I hope not. But it's nice to see some kind of positive steps forward with those two. That was really nice to see. And yeah, how I really enjoyed Mary Margaret's journey as well. How she kind of learnt that she wasn't meant to go down that dark path, but by the time that happened, it was too late, and it showed a real devious side to her. The way she kind of came up with a really brilliant idea of tricking Regina into giving Cora her heart back to kill her. I actually thought that whole thing was like developed and played out really, really like cleverly. I think that was really good writing there. How that all worked out, and I'm so excited to see how Regina's going to react to this going forward, because this is quite the betrayal, really. And I liked how we revisited like the theme of mothers that was quite present in the last episode as well. Last episode focused a lot on Snow and her mother. This one it was Regina and her mother, and Regina's mother took away Snow's mother, and now Snow took away Regina's mother. So I like that kind of cycle of pain with these characters. But that should be quite something to see what's going to happen next with that. I have no idea. But yeah, it was crazy. And I like how this episode also highlighted the loves of Rumpel, if you will. Maybe not so much Neil's mum, but we saw that he was in love with Cora, and he also, in the present day as Mr. Gold, he kind of, he's in love with Belle, and that phone call he had with her, he told her that she was a hero, and all reminding her who she was, like, that hit me in the feels. That was really powerful. I really, really liked that scene a lot, and obviously that was kind of the catalyst to Neil kind of making that step towards forgiving Mr. Gold, I think. So the emotional kind of weight this episode had, I think, was really, really effective. So yeah, I loved all of that. I need more of my cinnamon roll in my life. Where's my cinnamon roll at? But he did get to, like, he got to steer a pirate ship at the start, so my son, he can, yeah, he's learning things. And I liked the interplay again between Regina and Cora. I thought it was going to come a thing that Regina was going to turn against Cora when Cora kind of went to get the knife before saving Regina. But I suppose that ended up being more of a catalyst to maybe Regina accepting the heart from Mary Margaret. Maybe that's kind of a reason why she took that, because she wanted to experience that real love that she may have realised may not have actually been there, because she cared more about power and the dagger than her own daughter. But it makes sense because she didn't have a heart. I don't know if they revealed beforehand that Cora didn't have her own heart in her before. I don't know if that's a new revelation just for this episode, because I couldn't remember if they'd mentioned that before or not. But it does make a lot of sense in how much of a bitch she is. But I also kind of like seeing young Regina be at people's mercy, of people with more power, taking advantage of her, and how she kind of swore to never let that happen again, and that was what kick-started her whole journey, and I really enjoyed that. And I'm glad they didn't go down the too tragic backstory with her and the two, you need to definitely feel sorry for this character backstory, because I felt they've done that with so many characters at this point. It's nice that they kind of changed it up, and while it's still sad, like, she ended her, like, relationship with Rumpel and everything, it's still sad, but it's not like the tragedy behind it that turned her evil and turned her cold. It wasn't, like the tragedy of Regina, or the tragedy of Mr. Gold losing his wife and his son and stuff. So I like how they kind of changed that up, because that, that would start to get pretty repetitive pretty fast. So I'm glad we got kind of a different sort of villain backstory with Cora, and I really, really liked it. And I've always found Cora a very effective villain anyway. So to get flashbacks about her and learn a lot more about her and her relationships with everyone, and her past with Rumpel, which I've been very interested in. Yeah, kind of having that information. Yeah, it was really, really cool to finally get some answers about that and learn so much more about her. Now I know why we learned so much more about her, because she's fucking dead. which kind of sucks because I did like her as a villain, but I didn't think she was going to survive past this season anyway. But this is quite early in the season to kill her. She really is dead. Because there's still like 6 episodes left, so that's kind of nuts. But I feel like Regina may be, I don't know, might be on the warpath now. Especially because Mary Margaret was kind of talking up this like idealistic future of like she and Cora can have as like having like this really loving mother in Cora. And I think Cora was saying like you would have been enough or something at the end when she was dying. So Regina, so that's kind of sad really, again the tragedy. But I'm so excited to see in particular where they go forward with that story and how Regina's going to react to all this, how she's going to treat Mary Margaret, what's going to happen. It's going to be quite something, I feel, and I'm so excited for that. Because obviously a big thing that carried season 1 was the feud between Regina and Mary Margaret and David, etc. Or the Evil Queen and Snow White and Prince Charming. And that was kind of in the background a bit more in like the first bit of this season, but now that's kind of bubbling to the surface again. It's cool to see if they're going to do anything kind of different with that feud this time, because I feel like the stakes are a lot higher this time around. So we've learned a lot more. You know, we learned that Cora is the reason Snow doesn't have her mum around, and now all of this that Mary Margaret did in this episode, being a sly fox. I can't wait to see how they're going to explore this dynamic again. This kind of antagonistic battle between them all should be quite something, and to see what Regina's going to do without Cora around guiding her, because that's kind of been a big thing for her this season. She's kind of had Cora just telling her what to do, and she's kind of been following her around, basically. Because she's kind of just been after her mother's approval and her mother's love, and she finally thought she had the chance and the realisation that she could get that, and it was all the trick, and it ended up killing her mum. So, I love how layered and complex that kind of whole story was throughout this episode, and I can't wait to see the consequences of this, because it's just going to be insane. I can't wait to watch the next one. That was so good. The last like 3 or 4 episodes have just been like, yes. This season is really like, slapping me in the face, and I love it. It's been a great season overall, but these last few episodes have been really good. And this was definitely one of my favourites of the season by far, I think. I was so invested right from the off with the flashbacks and stuff. That was really cool. So yeah, love this episode. Can't wait to see what's going to happen next. There's so much interesting stuff going on with this episode in terms of characters and the plot and everything. And I think it was just a really well written episode all in all, and I can't wait to see where they go from here as we continue the push to the end of the season. It's going to be quite something, I think. So I can't wait. Love this episode, and until my next reaction, thanks for watching.